Hey everybody, it's Monday night. Thanks everybody that pops in during the chat and anybody that watches the replay later on. You know, I'm Michi, that's Cranky.
What's up?
And we in one of Cranky's videos here a few days ago, he was pointing with not his official pointer. Well, we have the official pointers of Monday Night Live. Because I've got mine here, and he's got two there.
Yep.
So.
Yep. My hands are a little stiff. I've been working on the furnace today, so.
Well, this is what my hands look like after typing all weekend.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty rough. A lot of paperwork.
A lot of paperwork this past weekend, and the true sign that Mother Nature is off her meds again. Friday and Saturday. Well, Friday we were almost 80 in some spots around here. Saturday we're dodging tornadoes and straight line winds and whatever the heck they call that other thing, derechos or whatever. And this morning on the way home, drove through a snow squall.
For crying, we're supposed to get 1 to 4 inches tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah.
What the heck?
No, they're saying I guess we're due for some more rain here, so
we're getting a little rain, and
definitely does not feel like Easter was yesterday. So
no, we're getting a little rain today, and then it's supposed to turn to snow and get 1 to 4 inches. I put grass seed out yesterday morning, and it's okay with me. I mean, I threw some straw over it, but if it snows on top of it, that's even better. Just go away after that.
Right.
Emerald Coast. Hi, bud.
Yeah.
Emerald's in. He's number 1.
Yeah, the first one of the evening.
Wait, that doesn't look right.
No, that kind of looks like you're telling somebody they're number 1.
Yeah, that's my pointer finger. Hi, Emerald Coast. Yeah, we you worked all weekend, huh?
Oh yeah, I worked all weekend. Can't get all the holidays off, but somebody's got to do it.
Sound like Saturday night would have been a good one to get off, though.
Yeah, well, the way the weekend was going, the weather starts getting good, and people remind themselves that that they've got issues, and they end up at our place, and the area police departments are more than willing to help us fill our ERs on the weekend. So,
isn't that the way it goes too? When the weather starts turning nice, all the dumb clucks start coming out.
Oh yeah, and as a matter of fact, last night one of our younger doctors was working in the emergency department. He usually goes home around 11 o'clock. Well, he's on nights this week with us, and I kept walking over to him, and he's a super cool guy. And you get a lot of doctors that tend to be I don't know, how can I put it nicely, think they're holier and now better than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Not this guy. I always joke around him. I say, even though he's like 6'6", he looks like a little kid playing dress up in his scrubs. I even had a lady the other night ask him if he was old enough.
If he was old.
Yeah, if he was old enough to be doctoring. But and I walked over him to him a few times last night, and I was like, well, that's it. What? All I do is look at him and smile and go, welcome to nights. So, but the other thing, I had to laugh about 9:30 this morning. I get a phone call, and that position that I'm taking at work, well, our employer, I mean, even for the silliest of things, as far as like every time you get certified to carry something with you, such as like a taser or even spray, you have to have a psych eval because they want to make sure you're stable enough to have this stuff. Well, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, I have a psych eval for that position because of
who makes these rules.
Right, in a couple of weeks.
Who makes these rules? This is ridiculous.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of they're covering their butts is what they're doing.
Well, why don't they do a psych eval on the guys that you guys come up against? How about that?
Well, yeah, they do. And then they get shipped off somewhere, and then 5-6 months later they show up again because they quit doing what the doctors told them where they sent them.
Yeah.
And I mean, when people can walk in the door and you see them walk in, oh, that's so and so, and you know them by name. But they like the turkey sandwiches.
They like turkey sandwiches.
They like the turkey sandwiches. I don't know why, but they like the turkey sandwiches. So, and our health system, basically, I tell everybody now in Michigan, you have your choice of Corewell Health, Henry Ford Health, or McLaren and Michigan Medicine. We've got 4 health systems that run the whole state. And there are people that actually judge our hospitals by the turkey sandwiches they get in the ER.
Jiminy.
And ours, to me, they're disgusting. Unless you're at our hospital over in Trenton, where they actually put real turkey on real bread and real cheese, and they actually give you condiments to put on it. But
I want that job.
They brought a lady in last night, and first question out of her mouth when they got her situated, can I have a sandwich? That's all she was worried about. She wanted her turkey sandwich. But hey, Kalilo's here. I see Mandy popped in. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody had a good Easter yesterday. So, Cranky and I were talking before we went live. How's our girl Marty doing?
Well, we didn't have a great. I mean, Easter itself was okay, but and I was gonna do a a rant video, which we'll cover a little bit of the material on that here in a little bit. But I was gonna do a rant this weekend. I just didn't have it in me. Good Friday, I got a call from Dr. Luke, the vet, and the biopsy tests came back, and Marty has histiocytic cancer, which is a very aggressive kind that's pretty much breed specific to Bernese and a couple of other breeds. So he said more than likely it'll come back probably in a lung or the liver or something. But that was kind of heartbreaking. I still I'm holding on to faith that maybe maybe it's one and done. But he said it could be 3-6 months or a year or whatever. So that was kind of heartbreaking news. But I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Here she is right here, Marty. Say hi to everybody. Say hey, everybody. How you doing? She's my girl.
She just popped her head up. She just popped her head like, "What's up, y'all?"
She's eating like a champ, and she's playing, and everything's good. So we're it's funny. I've learned a little bit about my own attitude about things just in dealing with her. It's sad, I guess, that it would come to a situation with a dog, kind of making me more aware of making the minutes count, like we don't know how much time we got, and she's with me like everywhere I go. So it's going to be just every day, one day at a time, I guess is the old saying, right? And so that's how we're running right now. But right now she's doing super good, and I can't complain about that. It just was a little heartbreaking to hear that it was, not a good prognosis as far as future stuff goes. So that is what it is. And anyway, yeah, about all I got to say about that.
Yeah. And Marsh is in the house. Good evening. Yes, go blue.
Hey, and Marsh, blue who?
Go blue.
Yeah.
Final four. Michigan men are dominating in the college basketball.
I haven't even been paying attention. That the 1 year Michigan gets in.
Oh, they're doing their thing this year. I think this is probably the best team that Michigan's had since the Fab Four back in the 90s there.
Wow.
And they actually and I went and graduated from high school with one of the guys that was part of the Fab Five back in the day. And he was posting all over social media all weekend where, all five of the guys that made up the Fab Five at Michigan are there, and they're right in the middle of it, cheering the guys on. So
nice.
Good luck to the Wolverines.
Yeah. Well, and then if so, are they? It's just the Final Four right now, right?
Yeah, we're getting down to the end of it now.
So if they win this next game, then they go play what, Detroit Tigers or
shit? Well, I don't know about all that, but
I had to get that in. I mean, it's awful early for you to be talking smack about pennant races and stuff like that with my Cardinals.
All I do is I was like, wow, this is kind of, I got to mess with Cranky a little bit.
You don't even talk smack, dude. You just like make up those fancy schmancy thumbnails and
no, that one with the babies, actually somebody else posted that on social media, and I was like, ooh, I got to save that. But no, it's all in good fun.
Absolutely.
Every time St. Louis and Detroit get together, they go back to, it's a rematch of the 1968 World Series.
Yeah.
And
which, by the way, was some pretty good baseball.
Yeah, it was kind of cool over the weekend. They I don't know if that's actually a regular uniform for them or if it was like a throwback thing where they actually pulled out the old powder blue road uniforms.
Nice.
I think it was Saturday. I'm like, wow, I haven't seen that in years. It actually looks pretty cool. But
God, I don't think I remember the powder blue.
I want to say it was probably like late 70s, early 80s. They wore it. They had their gray, but they also had like a powder blue, like a third uniform that they wore.
And that time period would explain why I don't remember much of it.
Yeah,
the 70s and 80s kind of come and go in my mind.
And one thing about Detroit, and we're like this with all our sports teams, is don't mess with our uniforms. We've got just leave them the way they are. Don't tweak them. Don't just leave them alone. And the Tigers actually came out with they've got a thing called the City something, where you'll see them every once in a while where their whole uniform is navy blue and the jersey says Motor City across the front of it, and then the hat actually says Detroit across it. Kind of sharp and all that, but this year they actually came out with a couple of it's like a tribute back to like the last championship, where they've got a couple of alternate uniforms that they're going to wear during the year that are actually pretty sharp, and then people are really taking on to it like they did with the black Lions jerseys that are so infamous in people doing stupid stuff videos on the internet, like the guy driving his car through the front door of Metro Airport a few months back wearing his Amon-Ra St. Brown black Lions jersey and all. But
well, I bet those Detroit hats sell pretty hot.
They do. Yeah, they do. Well,
that'd be a nice hat to have.
The third this is what the third or fourth year that they're doing that. I can't remember what they actually call it. City something. A lot of the teams wear them. Like Boston's got a couple of them that they wear. But good luck getting one of those jerseys. Everybody wants that jersey.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll get one. I don't need to put a name and number on it, because if the minute I put a name and number on the back of a jersey, they get traded or they retire. That's just my luck across all the sports. You can't get them. They're gone. If I was if I was size Munchkin, I could get one.
So you're saying there's a chance that I could.
You know, when I think the last time I looked, I could get whatever, I could get all kinds of them if I was a size medium or extra small. So,
Well,
but the Tigers are off to a good start. The Red Wings, in their infinite wisdom, have pretty much eliminated themselves again from the playoffs. The Pistons, I haven't really kept up with them this year, and of course, the Lions. We'll see them in September.
I was watching. Was it 97? Red Wings Avalanche.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some fat lip hockey, man.
Old Claude Lemieux there. He had that one coming. March 26, 1997.
Yep.
And here in Michigan, we get on, we wish everybody a happy Turtle Day because of how Claude took that whole thing. And because if you would have seen Chris Draper's face after what Claude Lemieux did to it, I think Chris is lucky even now that he can still talk or, move his mouth, eat with a fork and knife like the rest of us. And because the list of surgeries he had to have in the off season just to be able to function again. And they had to remove his underbite from the roof of his mouth. Both cheekbones, both jawbones broken. It was ugly. So
attempted murder.
Yeah. So that's what a lot of people said. And Darren McCarty saw his opportunity, and he did what he had to do. So
yep, everybody knew it was coming.
Yeah, and then that next season, the very first time they played us here in Detroit, Lemieux purposely changed his position on the ice for the opening faceoff so he could get up next to McCarty, and he, thought he was going to get revenge. And of course, McCarty played a drum solo on him a second time. But that was they still talk about that night. They still show that video all the time. So
yeah, it was interesting watching there for sure.
Oh yeah, we had some great years, and I made the comment at one point that they were gonna have to hit rock bottom to realize what they had, but this is ridiculous. So,
hey, Emerald Coast, I want to ask you: do you guys have Champ Sports down there? You got Champ Sports up in Detroit, Michi?
Oh yeah, we got them everywhere.
Okay, yeah. I ran a store for them for about 2 years, and I absolutely hated every minute of it. You know what the worst part of it was? Folding T-shirts.
Oh yeah.
And everybody and their brother would come in there and yank about 8 shirts off and hold them up and look at them and then just throw them on top of everything. But
there you go.
Yeah. It was brutal, and they played like Missy what's her face music all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord, it was more of a sentence than a job.
Oh yeah, what malls we have left here in Southeast Michigan have them. I think there's one. Because I'm only like I've said before, I'm only like 25 minutes from downtown Toledo, and they got a mall out on the west side of town there that I think has one at Franklin Park, and then I don't know if the other place we go to down there has one or not. I don't think so, but all our malls are pretty much in the area that I grew up in, areas I've lived, we had 4 malls that originally were owned by the same company, and the company was called Compass Retail, which was a subsidiary of JL Hudson and Dayton Hudson. And Compass Retail was Northland, Eastland, Southland, and Westland malls. Well, Northland and Eastland no longer exist. They've been leveled and things put in their place. Westland, they may as well lock the doors because they've got like 2 independent stores in there and a Kohl's and a J.C. Penney, but nothing in between. And Southland is like a flea market now. And then we also had 3 malls that were originally built and owned by the Taubman Group, which was Fairlane and Dearborn. That place, it's on its last legs. Lakeside and Sterling Heights, which they're supposed to be tearing down. They said 2 years ago they were tearing it down. They haven't touched it yet. And then 12 Oaks Mall in Novi, which from what I hear, 12 Oaks is still going strong, but there's a huge tax base and lots of money out that way.
Yeah.
And everybody goes to that. So that one's thriving. We've got a place down here by us, the Mall of Monroe. There's a little itty bitty place. And I think the only thing keeping that open is the theater and Bath and Body Works.
Wow. You still got Bath and Body Works?
Huh?
You still got Bath and Body Works?
Oh, yeah. We got those all over the place.
Oh, Bed Bath and Beyond's the one.
Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond's the one that's gone.
Yeah, Emerald says malls are a thing of the past. They pretty much are. But Lori's son James turned me on to if you go on to YouTube and type like abandoned malls in Omaha or whatever city, there's actually video tours of places that have shut down, and some of them are pretty eerie. It's creepy as heck to see these things emptied out and everything. And yes, Emerald Coast, it was Missy Elliott's songs, and it's burned into my brain even yet. And no, it is not better than Michael McDonald. I'm sorry, that's
no. Michael McDonald is far better than Missy.
Got to pull seniority on you here, buddy.
Yep, and I'm right there with you.
But yeah, most of our malls are history. The one that I thought West Roads here, I thought they had some gang problems there for a while, and
right.
They're still alive and well. And the one that I thought was kind of a hoity-toity one, that was Oakview on the west side of town. It's ghost town now. The rest of them are shut down.
And there's the one I forgot about. My son goes in there quite a bit because he works not that far from it. There's the Somerset Collection in Troy, and this mall encompasses 2 buildings that has a bridge with a moving sidewalk like you would have at the airport. It goes between the 2 buildings over. Well, the road's called Big Beaver out there. You get into Macomb County where my son lives. It's Metro Parkway. All us old farts call it 16 Mile. But that place, that's where, the pinkies are out, and you sip your beverages with your index finger and your thumb while your pinky's out. And then you go across the bridge to the other side, and it's like a normal mall.
And they snack on charcuterie boards.
Oh yeah, charcuterie boards. Yeah.
Hey, before it disappears off the chat screen, did you see Kalilo put up gold at 46.64? Silver, I think it's gone up, I guess, a little bit today, 73.09.
Yeah. These darn things, they can't make up their mind what direction they want to go.
Yeah. I tell you what, there's a lot going on behind the scenes as far as the big dogs and all that sort of thing go. But Kalilo's had some great little shorts, and he's got some great pours that he's gotten some short videos. Everybody ought to check them out because he's got some cool stuff.
All right, Emerald, thanks, buddy. Yeah, we'll agree to disagree on Michael McDonald.
Yeah, we're okay with that. Regardless of my opinion or your opinion, tomorrow it ain't gonna make one bit of difference in the price of gold and silver, is it? And I'm still love you, brother. Absolutely.
Well, we had one of our youngsters at work that had her little speaker going at her workstation while she was working last night, and I walked by and I stopped. I turned around and I looked at her, and she just gets this big grin on her face. She goes, "What?" I said, "What do you know about that kind of music?" She goes, "I know I like it. It was the Bee Gees. I'm like,
Oh wow.
you were born about 50 years late there, girl.
Yeah. Emerald Coast is unsubbing. That's okay.
We still
Nobody
love you,
watches my
Emerald.
videos anymore anyway, Emerald Coast. It don't matter.
Well, and you know what? Speaking of that, I do want to do a quick shout out, and another thank you to International Stacker, because if you guys weren't here a couple weeks ago, he was doing his live. I didn't know he was doing his live same time we were. Well, they rated our live, and I ended up with, oh gosh, what was it? 100 new subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
A little
I
over
got
100
one
new
off of
subscribers.
that.
I've had a few drop off because I haven't been putting out videos lately. Just I haven't had time, and
Yeah.
just life being life, I haven't been, haven't had anything to talk about, or nothing that anybody wants to hear. But eventually I will be getting back into it and doing some stuff. It's just it's a slow process. For those that weren't here back in the fall, I had another diabetic related medical scare. Got that taken care of. Went back to work, made it 3 hours into my first shift, and ended up flat on my back in the hospital again. Just playing catch up with that, because happened to be both times I was in one of my employer's hospitals, and they don't they don't like to play nice when they want their money. So that's not buying anything, because that's where the money's going.
Yeah.
And this Friday I absolutely have to go car shopping this Friday. So
Ooh.
yeah, I'm to the point now where I had my one brand new car in my life, and I joked around. I asked my son if he wanted to go with me, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll go with you." I said, "You can be my intimidation."
Yeah, my car was brand new at some point, like 24 years ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for it, but
Well, I had a streak there where people wanted my vehicles more than I did, and apparently, and or needed them more than I did, apparently, and it wouldn't be vehicles you would expect to get stolen out of your driveway or out of a parking space at the apartment you were living at. But it's and come to find out, the cartel there for a while down in Mexico, they're tired of getting spotted right away. Well, first thing to not getting spotted is don't drive blingy, expensive, fancy vehicles. So they were going out there for a while and stealing the soccer mom vans and the hockey mom SUVs. And apparently my Ford Escape that I had at the time, which I got it for gas savings. I got it back when gas was pushing $6 a gallon here in Michigan, with the not so great President Obama was in office. And I bought a brand new 2010 Ford Escape. My son picked out the color. You would have thought he was the guy buying the car when we went to the dealership. Yeah, that I walked out. I was working day shift at the time. Walked out, and I'm still half asleep, hitting my remote start button, and my lights aren't blinking. I get a little bit closer, I do it again. Lights aren't blinking, and then I finally get to my parking space, and oh look, there's glass where my car used to be. And then they turned around, did the same thing down here. I had a Jeep Patriot, and it mysteriously grew legs and walked away. So
wow.
And we actually did find out the Explorer ended up down somewhere south of Mexico City.
Wow.
And they asked me if I wanted it back. I'm like, heck no.
No. Just send me a check.
Oh, well, they paid it off. I mean, they didn't give me any extra, but they paid it off. But yeah, so we're gonna go do the car shop, and I'm eyeballing a couple of ones. Obviously, not going to be new.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay to have a new car around here, just because everybody drive. Well, I've said it, and even my son said it, because he's 22, so it wasn't that long ago that he was learning how to drive and getting his license and all that. And they need to bring back real driver's ed.
Yeah.
Because my son will tell you until the cows come home. He says, I didn't learn anything at that driving school. He says, I learned everything from mom and dad actually driving.
Yeah.
First time he ever got on the freeway was when he took his road test, because they never took him on the freeway.
Wow.
So
that's dangerous.
And then on top of that, I'm sure, anybody that's ever been to Michigan or hears a lot of stuff about Michigan is M59, which is part freeway, part 5-lane in each direction, busy road. Or if you're using the mile road system, it's 20 mile. But they take him up, and we're going up through one of the busier, swanky cities in Oakland County there. And he says, all right, make a right here at the light. And I'm like, oh God, we're getting on the freeway. We're getting on M59. He's trying to kill us. And my kid took it like a champ.
Nice.
Took it like a champ, like he had been driving for 50 years. So he goes, awesome. I learned that from mom and dad. So,
awesome.
But yeah, the way people drive around here, it doesn't pay to have a new car.
Well, and you know what, Michi, it doesn't anyway, because like 100% of these new car loans are you're at 70% when you leave the lot. You're 30% upside down.
Right, exactly.
In a new car loan. Immediately.
Yeah.
And that's what's causing the banks so much trouble. They have a ton of that stuff, and repos are higher than they've ever been.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They make it look good when they're these ads on TV. You can lease a top of the line Chevy Silverado 1500, with the little arm that comes out with a Kleenex and wipes your nose when you sneeze for only $199 a month. Well, then you got to walk in and you got to put down like $4 or $5 grand.
Yeah.
And nowadays, who can afford that? I mean, it's bad enough people are trying to figure out how to pay for groceries and pay their bills, and in some cases, pay for their prescription medication. Which pretty much just about everybody is on something now. But it's just I did the math on that, and if I didn't have insurance, let me see, if I didn't have insurance, this would a box of 5 of these, which I get like every other month or every 3 months. A box of 5 of these is $539.
Holy smokes.
But they'll Narcan a crackhead 50 times for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you can walk into our emergency room at work. And for those that don't know, I work at a hospital. You can walk in the front door of our emergency room, and between the sliding doors, there's a metal thing sitting there that kind of looks like the old newspaper things they used to have on the corners in the big cities where you go get your newspaper out.
Yeah.
Looks like that. You can open up the door and take as much Narcan as you want for free.
Wow.
But we're paying that much for this stuff. And there's 2 different ones I take. This one is almost $700 for 5 pens.
Good
without
Lord.
Insurance. When my old doctor tried to put me on Ozempic, that was $1,000 for one of these pens, like
Good
this.
Night.
4 shots, because you give yourself the shot once a week, so 4 times a month. $1,000 for 4 shots. Like, you're out of your mind. And then people have to make that decision. Do I buy my medication or do I feed my kids? Do I buy my medication or do I pay my mortgage? Do I buy my medication or and even
the struggle is real.
There's a lady, and she doesn't bother anybody. There's a lady that has been parking in our parking lot, our emergency room parking lot. It's got this really nice Ford Mustang. It's an older Mustang, but it's really nice, really clean, well kept. And she's homeless. And her thing was, and she kind of, and I had heard this saying before, if it comes down to paying your rent or paying your car note, pay your car note, because you can sleep in your car. You can't drive your apartment.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's come to. And she's got a decent paying job. She just can't,
Well,
she can't afford everything, to live a normal life. And, but yeah, and then, like I've even been watching, there's a guy on Instagram, Aaron, the social worker, that he highlights different cases where our insurance companies, the health insurance, it's a scam in this country.
Mm-hmm.
You want me? I'm paying probably close to $600 a month for vision, dental, and medical, and I still have a balance of almost $4,000 for my surgery time in the hospital, and then that medical episode I had back on New Year's Day. But I have insurance, and the other part of the scam is that insurance company is owned by my employer. So you have a health system that owns a health insurance company. The people that have the Medicaid version actually have better coverage than those of us that pay for our insurance. And they wonder why everybody's in an uproar over what's what. And it's like, hey, you know what? You're scamming us. So,
managed health care. I had a conversation with my physician about that a couple of weeks ago.
Well, then
how I feel about it.
Oh yeah, I had to laugh because I watched a video of this woman that says, "Oh, I can't take it in America anymore. I'm moving to Canada. Canada's so much better." And she got a reality check real quick. She got a reality check real quick when she realized, oh no, it takes you years to be able to get anything in Canada.
Yeah,
because you have to prove your worthiness before they will accept you as a citizen.
Yeah, and you can't. You might get up there and not be able to get back.
Oh yeah, it's one of the and I refer to a lot of the people I work with as kids because I'm like one of the old farts when I walk into work every night, and we got one of the kids that I work with. She actually tells everybody I'm her work dad. She and her significant other went over to were going to attempt to go over to Windsor for just go to the mall over on the east side of Windsor there and get some dinner, whatever, just kind of hang out, not do anything silly. They're not going over there to drink. They're not going over there to gamble, none of that. And they got over to the Canadian side and Canada wouldn't let them in because they didn't like how her boyfriend looked. So they turned him around, sent him back, and then they couldn't get back into the United States because her boyfriend, not being the brightest bulb on the string, thought he had the enhanced driver's license, and he didn't. He had what they call real ID license. So he basically, it took him hours for them to finally let them back into the United States because he couldn't prove he was a U.S. citizen.
Good God. Crushing us with different IDs we're required to.
And, and my Canadian friends know I love them to death. There's nothing I wouldn't do for them. But y'all going to have to come over here and visit me because I'm not coming over there.
Yeah.
But, and then I think it's like an extra $35 every time you renew your driver's license so that you can cross the border into Canada or into Mexico and why would anybody want to go to Mexico right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or you can go to SGT, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I've had a conversation with SGT on. Did you see that charcuterie board that he poured?
The shark coochie board.
Yeah. I made a comment.
I actually saw one of those on Amazon. I was going to buy it and send it to you. It was shaped like a shark, and it said shark coochie board.
Oh, nice. Well, FCT poured a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and I was like, no. too, and I told him I did a mock rant about it. I had the rules that go along with charcuterie boards. You know, there's rules for those, SGT. I hope you know that.
I'm kind of with you on it. You know, hey, I'm old school. It's a cold cut tray.
It's a snack tray. Anyway, SGT, go if I'll try and find that and send you the link to that video, because there literally are written. It's called the 3-by rule or something like that, that you have to have certain amounts of certain proteins and all that crap on there. It's like, come on, you know, we slice it off the side of the cow walking by down here and slip it on the grill and then cut it up and it's good to go. But even Jamie Frost over in Japan sent me a charcuterie board ad from a Japanese paper. It was a big deal for a while.
Oh, and don't even get me started. I went to right after you put that all out. I don't know if you remember. I went to Aldi, and they literally had a section in Aldi with a big old sign on top: charcuterie board supplies. I got back as far as I could. I popped a picture, and I'm still walking through the store grocery shop and sending that picture to Cranky.
Yeah. Hey, everybody that just came in here, I'm going to show you a little picture. Here's Miss Marty Mart. We were talking about her a little bit ago. We got not good news about her Friday, Good Friday, but we're going one day at a time. And say hi to everybody, Marty. Hey. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Get up and say hi. Come say hi to everybody. At least wag your tail. There you go.
There, she's waving. She's like, yeah. I'm pooped, Dad. I'll just wave.
She's probably half starved to death. She's been eating 3 times a day. And I was telling Michi I made her a roast earlier, and by golly, you know what, SGT, I might even make her a little charcuterie board tonight and let her have some cheese and crackers and accoutrements on that.
Well, so here you go, Cranky. This is my charcuterie board.
That's good.
Or the rest of us would know that as a veggie tray.
Yeah, well, it's almost the shape of the UP, ain't it?
Nope, that's the lower.
That's the lower? Okay, the thumb.
Because gotcha. My Michigan friends will know what I mean by this. You know, UP always getting the short end of the stick. They stuck them, I don't know if you can say, they stuck them on the lid of the bowl that you would put the dip in.
Oh. So well, there you go.
We keep telling the company that made these they need to make an Upper Peninsula one. So.
Well, at least they got them on the dip bowl.
Well, there's a company over here that does like patio furniture, the wooden patio furniture, and you know, all the chairs have the Michigan mitten as the back, and then the little table next to it is the Lower Peninsula. It's like, why you got to put the Upper Peninsula way down there?
So. The upper lower. Hey, Michi, too. While Mustard's here, don't forget you have one of these.
I know. I'm
fine display case. Look at that. Look what it does with that's a half-ounce bar. Isn't that nice?
Those are very nice.
That's a great display board. Thank you, Mustard and Biscuits.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's good for displaying stuff, or heck, just propping it up in the background as a background. I mean, that's awesome.
Yep, that's going to be part of the backdrop. I keep saying I'm going to get this backdrop fixed, and I was going to. But we had a bad weekend, and then the furnace quit. One of the furnaces in the house quit today, and last night actually, and I had to get up this morning and work on it. And I thought, God, Lori's brother is a union miller.
Okay.
And this dude can fix anything. But anyway, I talked to him on the phone, and he said, you know, one of the things he told me was like, so I don't, you know, you can take the igniter out and sand it a little bit, but if you sand it too much to clean it up, sometimes they get dirty. If you sand it too much, then it won't reconnect. So he said, I usually use a dollar bill. And so, me being me, I said, well, if I don't have a dollar bill, will 4 quarters work? And 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 it was real quiet for a second, and then he got it, and it was so
I think that was his nice way of saying leave it to the professionals.
idiot, yeah, moron. But anyway, I did all I could do, and I called the company. I was like, man, I don't have the testing tools to test the boards and that in there, and so I called and got a service call. The guy called me, said he was on the way, and 2 minutes after the guy called, he said he was 20 minutes out. It kicked on. So I don't know, and I called him back and canceled it, but it was just a disheartening morning, and then it kicked on. It's like, thank you very much. I needed something good for the last couple of days. Just been not so good at Cranky Acres. That's why we're cranky. Which, real quick, brings me to brings me to the coming rant. Well, first of all, y'all know it's going to have a United States Postal Service dedication period in this coming rant. But I wanted to I got a letter, first of the month. Look at this. Look at the name of this. Crywolfservices.com. Okay. Now, I don't know if that was in focus or not. Doesn't matter.
Here,
I'm going to do a, here, crywolfservices.com. Okay. So we had apparently somebody hit the keyboard wrong, or it got bumped or something on our keypad, and it triggered a silent alarm, and the police showed up Saturday morning, I don't know, around the first weekend in March. And we're all in the living room, and Wesley was over here, and he got a sticker out of the little police badge sticker out of the deal. But we were like, the alarm isn't even on, how could it have done that? So I went, did a little call to my alarm company, and had a little, I mean, they couldn't find nothing at first, and I had to have the date. It's like, all right, whatever, you guys are supposed to have this. It's what I pay, a monitoring fee for. Anyway, long story short on that deal, I get a letter from the city of Omaha saying that Omaha alarm ordinance requires that owners of alarm systems register their alarm system with the Omaha, and I love this name, the Omaha False Alarm Reduction Program. Okay. So by being in this program, they're reducing false alarms. I'm calling BS on that one first and foremost. But
how much does it cost a month?
It doesn't matter. It's the principle. Anyway, I'll get into that a little bit later when I do my rant. But check this out. Check this out down here. This right here.
Oh no!
The alarm company unless it has your account number on file, the police may not respond unless I have this thing registered. Which
it's a money grab by the city.
Hello. And I did a little research into things, and I'm not going to get way deep into it, but I have done some research on this. This Crywolf Services is owned by a company called where is it? Central Square Technologies. Y'all look up Central Square Technologies. You want to know where they have offices? All over Malaysia, Thailand, Southeast Asia, Australia, London, Omaha, Kansas City. I mean, they're all over the place. It's huge. It's huge. And if they can talk now, see, first of all, government, in my opinion, municipal government has no business saying that my emergency services will be interrupted if I am not paying a required fee by a private equity company.
Taxes.
But it's a private equity company. I'll get into who actually owns the private equity company in my video coming up, because you ain't gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe it.
Yeah, that's just
now the This is about as awake as I've been all day. This
Uh-oh, here we go.
the fire is lit.
You done poked the bear while he was eating.
Yep, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
It's nothing but extortion.
Oh yeah.
And that's my opinion, but that's the way it is. Anyway,
It's no better than going to New York City or LA and walking into Little Italy or Chinatown and walking into a business and saying, "Oh, hey, you want your business to still be here tomorrow? Pay us money."
Yeah, it's called protection.
Yeah, no,
biggest bunch of hogwash that I've encountered in this year, and I was absolutely livid for 3 days, just furious. And the more I got into it, the worse it got. So I'm gonna go to my precinct meeting and talk to the captain over there and tell him if they.
I would get it for directly from the horse's mouth. Hey, what the heck?
It's not that I can't afford it. It's just a tax. It's a tax. It is extortion if they're going to threaten to not respond in an emergency situation because I haven't paid. Right. Oh, there's Grandma. Anyway, I'll get into that in the upcoming rant, and I just this one really lit the fire on this one. So,
oh yeah.
Anyway, that's about the name of that tune.
Tonight's episode of Monday Night with Cranky and Michi is brought to you by the letters U, S, P, and S. Yeah. Like the old Sesame Street.
And the old F and Y.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. We could add a few more letters, but we will not. We'll leave it to the strong imagination of these guys. Hey, FG Stackard. I didn't see FG come in. Hi, FG. Yeah. I hope I didn't miss anybody in all of this. I think we got,
Yeah, Mustard, SGT. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, there he is.
Scraps in.
I knew I signed and Scrap Metal Racing's here.
Yeah.
Make sure I don't miss anybody because I have a tendency of doing that, and if I ever do, I apologize. I'm over here, I'm notorious for running my mouth, and I keep talking and talking and talking. I'm like, oh, I'll get to them in a minute. Next thing you know, an hour's gone by. I'm like, oh man, I didn't say hi to half the people in the chat.
Yeah, and then Mike came in.
Okay. Oh, yep. There we go.
What up, yo?
Yeah, there's just Mike. Guess what? Hey, it is.
Oh, I wish it was.
Yeah.
Well, we're not there yet, but we'll get there.
I don't know why it just took me to this direction, but they were all over the media with it here. I know I've shared the video of the elected mayor of the city of Dearborn, and things that he has said to lifelong citizens of the city of Dearborn about, we don't want you here, and we'll throw a parade to celebrate when you move out and all that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Somebody, and yes, the guy that did it, a lot of us that have been in law enforcement over the years have had interactions with this knucklehead, decided to make a public threat against the mayor of the city of Dearborn. And now he can't figure out why he's locked up and all that stuff. But we, it's just this world we're living in now. It's crazy.
Well, Lori and I were talking about it the other day, and it's getting to the point of old Wild West justice here before too long.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Well, speaking of that, you've actually got some politicians in Lansing that have introduced a bill to remove some of the restrictions from our concealed carry laws here in Michigan.
Good. About time.
Because my thing is if 99% of the cases, I can't say 100%, 99% of the time, somebody with a CPL is not the problem. With a concealed carry license is not the problem. It's the guy that goes out and buys a Saturday night special in the alley over in the worst neighborhood of the east side of Detroit at 3:00 in the morning. But they are looking at lifting the restriction on legally armed citizens being able to carry into schools, being able to carry into hospitals. I don't necessarily agree with sports arenas, but that's on the list too.
Yeah, I don't necessarily.
If you're not a drinker, like I'm not a drinker. I usually, if I'm going to a hockey game or a ball game or something, I'm driving, so I'm not drinking anyway. But sports arenas, no. I'm not real fond of that, but the other ones, they're trying to remove those restrictions because
shall not be infringed, Michi.
Huh?
Shall not be infringed.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, it's just I'm thinking more of, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. If they're gonna do that, then people need to use their heads. Okay.
Oh yeah, I get what you're meaning.
Yeah, if I'm going to a Wings game and I got my 38 on my hip, I'm not drinking. That should be common sense.
Well, it should be, but unfortunately, common sense is an oxymoron anymore. It's not a common good.
Right. You get Uncle Fred over there that I've been drinking since I was 16. It takes a whole lot of alcohol to get me up. Okay, so you have 5 or 6 beers, and then you get pulled over by MSP on your way home, and now you're getting charged with being intoxicated while carrying a firearm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that's.
I saw that. So yeah, I saw that where they I'm sorry, I'm old. I'm still calling them the Secretary of Defense, even though I know it's Secretary of War now. Secretary of Defense is talking about letting military personnel carry personal firearms around on the base and in the barracks and all that.
Why is that about? Why does SGT think that's a bad idea?
Well, there's with the things that we've had happen on military bases lately, the last few years. I believe in your right to defend yourself, just like everybody else, but it can, normal people doing abnormal things.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I get what you guys are talking about. I understand that, but would the situation have been better or worse if everybody else was armed? I mean, if somebody, it's just like the school thing to me. First of all, they're being trusted to fight for the country, and second, if it's a known soft target, the guy's not going to be paying attention to the rules and the law anyway. The only thing I see it as would be a big problem, and guys are not going to like this, but there's a lot of military families that have issues with and I'm making a sweeping generalization. In no way do I mean anything bad by this, but I don't know what statistics are, but there are some situations in military families where because of travel and all that sort of thing, that how do I put this without totally so there's some hanky panky between members of one household and another. I don't know how else to say it. How's that going to work? I'm going to get
like the Hatfields and McCoys type hanky panky.
Well, I mean, let's say faithfulness in marriage sometimes.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Can be tried because of that kind of a scenario, and
gotcha.
I mean that's that that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't have any numbers to back that up. Pretty rowdy in the bear. Okay, I'm reading
Yeah.
SGT here.
Yeah, and the thing is, and SGT, I hope you understand. I'm saying this in a respectful way. If a Marine says rowdy, it's rowdy.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah, it is, and I get the point. Maybe they should increase. Our MPs, are they on base and bases, and are they allowed? Are they afforded firearms on duty on a base?
They used to be.
I mean, I don't even know about that
Well,
anymore.
and you
And
got
I see what OG's or OG SGT's saying. He is an OG, ain't he?
we all are. But they
Okay, yeah, that's good to know.
well, and you've even got some bases or installations or whatever they're calling them nowadays, where they've actually got what would be like an equivalent to civilian law enforcement that back up the MPs. And but those guys, obviously, they're not living on base. They're just working there.
Yeah,
But
but don't you know? Doesn't this just kind of comment on the degrading moral status of everybody in society? I
oh
mean,
yeah,
you should be allowed as a soldier or sailor or whatever, Marine. You should be allowed eh, to carry. It shouldn't be an issue. And and I understand that it's a rough life. Don't get me wrong, man. Um, don't get me wrong, because I know it's a tough life. But with it goes with the territory, and if you need to have, we need sober minds.
yeah,
And I'm not just talking alcohol, I'm talking society in general. We need sober minds,
right.
people that have morals and convictions, and not saying any of them are immoral or anything or amoral. It just seems like all of society could do a better job. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, it's and as far as the whole thing with the firearms on military installations too, uh, I'll give you the prime example. When I retired, I went to work at the Detroit Medical Center because that's where all our guys were getting hired for their retirement gigs. And within anybody that ever watched the old Trauma Life in the ER on A&E back in the day, they did several episodes at Detroit Receiving Hospital, which is like one of the biggest level 1 trauma centers in Michigan. Uh, it's comprised of like 5 hospitals on the main campus. And in the middle of that campus is a VA hospital that now sits about 85% empty because they started planning this thing at the beginning of the Vietnam War, and they didn't even break ground on it until 1992. Well, all those people they were planning on putting in there have long since passed away.
Yep.
But they were in I call it the sharing circle, where, okay, Harper Hospital needs this particular IV fluid and receiving doesn't have it. Children's Hospital wouldn't have it because it's not a kid's medication. And Hutzel's a mother baby, so they don't have it. But the VA does. So they send us over to get it from the VA. And then when the VA needs something, they call around. And they, like a borrowing
Yeah,
circle.
sure.
Like I come over, I'm your next door neighbor. I come over and, hey, Cranky, can I borrow a cup of sugar? And then I call it, a few days later, hey, man, you got any flour? It's that kind of thing. But I would walk in there. I am a fully certified police officer in uniform. And I got to lock my gun up in the office, the communications office for their police department before I can walk through the building, because by federal law, that VA facility, at least at the time, was considered a military installation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though, and pardon my French, even though it's one of the biggest shitholes in this country, and I think our veterans deserve better than that.
Yeah, that's unfortunately true.
Yeah, it's it's considered a military installation, but yeah, I've got my pros and cons both ways on it, and yeah, you get the guys that they go hit the NCO club on the way back to the barracks and they're sloshed and somebody
Yeah,
says the
and
wrong
I get
thing
it.
and
And everybody's got to have
yeah.
some life,
Oh yeah.
some way to celebrate things, and that's
Oh yeah.
I get it. I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate as far as that goes.
Oh no, I
I
get it.
don't I can't carry on a base. We go
Yeah.
out to Offutt out here. Lori's got an ID, and we go out to
Yeah.
Offutt and shop and things like that. And it
Yeah.
it just doesn't really bother me.
See, I miss being able to do that.
Yeah,
go to
it
go to go to the PX and the commissary on the base. My card expired when I turned 18, so
well, we still go out there. We haven't gone in a while. You used to have really good, like groceries and things like that. And they
oh
had
yeah,
the big PX, huge.
oh yeah,
Um, but it's all the way on the other. It's a 40-minute drive. It's
right.
just we just don't have time for it much anymore. We should
Yeah, you
do it
used to be able to
again,
get
but
screaming deals on everything.
yeah, and they
Even
used to have really good stuff. I don't know,
yeah,
again, I don't know how much anymore because we haven't been out there for a long time. But and I hope I don't step on anybody's feelings, toes or anything when I'm talking about this because I I understand it, I get it, um, and part of what I was saying, like the part about infidelity and all that sort of thing, uh, you know, it was a joke. I mean, it's an issue with everybody, and that was leading to my main point is all of society could do a little better job than what we are. But yeah. Anyway, y'all know me. I'm a I'm a stinker for sure. So well, Michi, I better get these doggies fed here. Should we do I don't have one out here to show everybody, but I do have I've only got a couple more of the little Brits. I sold them.
sure.
But we can do a drawing for the mini Brit.
We gonna
If
do 1 to 50 or 1 to 100?
let's do well, there's only 4 people in here, right? We got 4 in. Anybody that's in here still, thank you. Thanks everybody for coming out, first of all. And thank you for sticking around. And we'll do from 1 to 50. How about that?
Okay, I sent you a number.
Everybody's odds are pretty good. I'm gonna take
I,
a quick
I,
picture.
I sent you a number, and anybody that's ever paid attention to any of my videos, I'll give you a hint. The car number for my favorite NASCAR driver.
Oh, there you go. So that pretty well narrows it down.
I have several, but my one that is actually my real one, and every time I run into him, I give him a hard time because when I was working on the race team, I would see his dad all the time. I was actually a fan of his dad when his dad was driving, and I'll tell him, don't get smart with me, dude. I used to bounce you around on my knee when you had to get on your tippy toes to look in the car to see what your dad was doing.
All right, you ready? I'm gonna type go and off we go. Doobie 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 doo. Well, we have one guest so far. There's 2. Yep, pretty close. We got actually, isn't that funny? Yeah.
Okay, let me reiterate. Current car number. Because I saw his very first Cup Series car number come through here.
Ah, gotcha. They're still going at it.
Yeah.
Not there yet, fellas. Between 1 and 50. You can guess as many times as you like. Still going. Still going. They're getting. There was a couple there pretty close. Yep. Oh, yep, that's close. Yep,
One time that was one of my favorite drivers, SGT. Let's see.
Still going. Still going. All this for a 1/10. I mean, seriously, guys, how I love y'all. They're so busy typing, dude. I don't think they saw it. That's funny. Oh. SGT. I'm showing SGT is first with a number 9.
Hold on. I've got FG.
You've got FG.
All right. Yeah, but I'm working off of StreamYard. I don't know. Are you looking at StreamYard or YouTube?
All right. Well, I'm in my chat. Let's see here. Let me refresh it.
Because mine's going FG, SGT, and Mike in that order. So, but that's like
see, mine says SGT.
Okay, SGT just said send it to FG.
Yeah. See, I'm showing SGT here. If he wants to send it to FG, we can do that. There's all 3 of them. If I had 3 of them left, I'd send them all out one. But there's my chat. So SGT says to send it to FG.
That's what I just. Yep.
That's what I just said, you moron. God, Cranky. All right. It's been a rough day, y'all. All right. Well, SGT, that was very, very nice of you. And FG, my email is crankystacker@gmail.com, and I will send you out. Send me your mailing information, and I will. Now they're arguing over who's going to take it. No.
Okay, kids.
Well, one or the other of y'all. I don't care which one of you, damn it. One of y'all send me your mailing information, and we'll send out a 1/10 baby Brit silver. They're pretty. So I'll look and see if I got 2 or 3 left, and we'll see what happens with it. Everybody send me your information. We'll see what happens with it.
There you go.
Anyway. All right, fellas. I don't know if Mandy's still here, but fellas and gals, if so, thank you all for coming in. And I got to go feed the Wonder Dog and call the Grandma Cranky. So
yep,
it is that time.
Yes, sir.
Michi, always a pleasure. We'll
same here, Cranky. You know, we have fun, and you know, like you guys probably saw tonight, we talked about metals for about 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you know, sometimes it gets, especially with the way the prices are going, and I know a lot of people don't, but there's just as many that get really stressed out about it, and you know, we can take your mind off of it, maybe make you laugh, or just talk about random whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just we're here to have fun. And
what's bugging you?
Brought into it every once in a while.
That's right.
So,
yep.
But
it's all about having fun.
Yep, so, exactly.
Mike says he's got to run. Thanks, everybody. Yep, we're gonna.
All right, everybody. Yeah, we are gonna get out of here. Cranky's got the Wonder Dog eyeballing him. You know, licking her chops, going. You know, looks kind of tasty there, Dad.
Yeah, she's actually raised her head now, but she's looking away like she's mad at me.
Oh, yeah. So she's playing.
Marty, are you ready for some roast beast? Yeah.
Oh, that got her attention.
Roast beast. Oh yeah. What's not to love about that? Gosh darn. All right.
All right, Cranky, I'll let you go first.
All righty. Well, as always, it's been fun. We're gonna do it again, and I stay safe out there, everybody. Stay safe, shoot straight, keep stacking, stack the right stuff.
And I'm going to second what Cranky said. And also, things going on in the world right now, lift up our service members in prayer and speedy
Amen.
recovery for our Air Force pilot and backseater. They had to eject, and I understand the pilot's okay, but I guess the backseater took some serious damage to his body there.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that either.
So keep them in your prayers, and our men and women that put on the uniform every day and go out there and protect our country and our interests. Also, lift up our first responders, our police, fire, EMS, our healthcare workers, because it's just, for lack of a better term, our world's a shit show right now, and we're all having to deal with it.
Yep.
And with that, I'm going to throw my usual line out there: keep stacking, keep hunting. Stack what you like, stack what you can afford, and have fun with it. And we'll see everybody soon. All right, everybody, we're out of here.